Hello everyone. Today I will start with the data manipulation language statements. So in this session I will cover insert, update, delete statement in detail with one example. This syntax for this statement. So to start with the insert statement, we'll see first the syntax here. Right? Actually, there are three different ways that you can use to insert the data into the table. Right? As you know, insert statement is used to insert the data into the existing table. So there are three different ways, right, to insert the data into the table. First a method is by using this simple command, insert into table name, right? Before going to insert any data into the table, that table should be exist. If that table does not exist, there will be error, right? So after mentioning table name in bracket, you can mention the field name, those you want to insert into the table. You can change this sequence also, right? If you require, you can change the sequence of these attributes, those you have created in the table, right? Then after mentioning this field names, actually these field names are optional. If you are inserting the data in the same sequence and all the fields in the table, then no need to mention here the field names. So after mentioning these field names, you can use the values, right? Values is a keyword, right? After values, you can mention here the values of these fields, right? Those you want to insert into the table. So here 101 is the employee ID, right? Srinath is the name of the employee, then mechanical is the department, 27 is the age, salary, and then location. So after executing this statement, one new record with these values will be inserted into the employee table. This is one of the method. So if you want to insert the multiple record into the table, this insert statement you can execute multiple times, right? You can use the same method, but only my this values will change in the every insert statement, right? You know, if my id is the primary key, it should be unique. It will not allow you the repeated value, right? So that's why you need to mention these values separately for the every insert statement. This is one of the method of inserting data into the table. Second method, if you want to insert the multiple records into the table and you don't want to use this insert statement again and again. Now, what is happening in the first method? This is first method. This is second method. So what is happening in the first method? You need to write this insert statement every time when you want to insert the record, right? But if alternative solution is what? Here, instead of typing this statement every time, right, and mentioning the values directly in the values round brackets, right, you can pass the address of the fields those you want to insert into the table, right? So when you will type this statement here, instead of passing the values directly, I have passed the address of these variables, right? These attributes are id, name, department with the help of ampersand, right? So here, when you will execute this statement, my server will ask you to enter the values of this field one by one. So here, this message is given by the server, right? So after executing this command, this message will appear on the screen, and that you will see on the screen, and this value will be passed by the user. Again, this value will be passed by the user, right? So these values you need to enter only, right? Then after inserting the giving the last value, this record, complete record will be inserted into the table, right? So here, you know, student, there is a shortcut method to execute the previous command. On SQL prompt, if you press here, type here slash, forward slash here, right? Then it executes the previous command, right? So if you type here only slash, this same statement will execute again, and it will ask you to enter the values of the next record, right? So like that, you can press this slash to execute the command again and again, right? If you want to insert the 10 records, right, continuously, then you can use only this slash to execute the previous command. My previous command will be insert command, and because of this ampersand with the field name, it will ask you to enter the values of this field one by one, like this that is shown in this slide, right? So this is second method. Mostly we prefer this second method to insert the record into the table, because we want always multiple records in the table. The third method that you can use to insert the record into the table is with the help of select statement. Means what? To copy the data from one table to another table, right? So with the help of insert into statement, you can select the data of another table into that table. For example, here, insert into temp employee, right? Temp employee and employee both should be exist, right? But the structure of this temp employee should be same as the employee table, right? So with the help of the select statement, what will happen? This insert into select star from employee statement will copy the content of employee table into the temp employee table, right? This statement insert into, this is the name of the table where you want to copy the data of this employee table, right? Means we want to insert all the records of the employee table into the temp employee table, right? So this statement will insert or copy, all the records of the employee table into the temp employee table. Only the structure should be same here for of both the table. This is the third method of inserting the records into the table. I hope student you are clear with this. The next is the delete statement, right? If you want to delete any record, if you want to remove any record from the table, right, then you can remove with the help of delete statement. So what is the syntax for this? Delete from table name. Your employee is my table name, right? Delete and from, these are the keywords, right? Delete from table name where name equal to Akshay. So this statement will delete the record where name field is Akshay. If there are multiple records, those are having name Akshay, then all the records will be removed from the table, right? Now, if you observe here, this is my actual table before delete operation. So there is one record that is Akshay, right? This is one record where name field is Akshay, right? So after executing this statement, right, this record will be deleted from the table, right? So this is the result of the delete statement, right? So delete from employee where name equal to Akshay will delete this record from the table, and that's why if you observe these records, this record is not there, right? So this is simple delete statement that we can use to delete the record from the table. If you want to delete this specific record, you can use here where clause, right? Without where clause, it will delete all the records, right? And we never try this without where clause delete statement. Student, you can remember or you can note down this point. Delete statement we never use without where clause. If you use delete statement without where clause, it will delete all the record from the table. So it can lose your information. Here another example of the delete statement. I want to delete all the employee where department is start with the I. So if you observe the database, right? If you observe the record in the employee table, right? These are the records in the employee table. Here the department, there are two records. Those are start with the department I, department name I, right? My condition says what here, that department name should start with the I. After I, there can be anything, any letter, any character, right? So there are two records, those are matching my criteria here. So this delete from employee where department like I mod will delete here all the records from the employee table where department start with the I later, right? So the after executing this statement, you will get this result, right? So this is my result of this delete statement. So IT department records are removed from the table. This is another example of the delete statement, right? Delete from employee where name is equal to Ajay and department equal to civil, right? Assume your Ajay employee has left the college and we want to remove the information about this employee from the table, right? So how we can do this with the help of delete statement. This is the syntax: delete from employee where name equal to Ajay and department equal to civil. So if you observe this database, there is one record which is matching my criteria. Here name is Ajay and department is civil. Both the conditions should match here because we are using logical AND operator. Right? Because of this AND operator, both the conditions should match. Right? My first condition is name equal to Ajay. Second condition is department equal to civil. Many times what happens, student, this, pattern matching is case sensitive. This small letter A is different than capital letter A. If my database contains small a, you should match with the small a only, because ASCII value of the small and capital letters are different, right? So if you pass here capital A, then your record will not match with the condition, right? So that's why here we should take care of this, right? Then here only one record is there. 103 is also Ajay, but my department is ENTC, right? So that's why only one record will be removed from the my actual table, and after executing this statement, we will get this result. And if you observe, 104 ID record is removed from this table, right? I hope you are clear with this. The next statement, syntax we can discuss here, that is update statement. So like your delete statement, you can use your update statement to update the record value, right? So this update is different than the alter statement. Alter is the DDL statement, but update is the DML statement. Here alter statement command we use to alter the structure of the table, to change the column name, change the data type, data size, right? So that's why alter is the data definition language command, but here update is the DML statement. Many times your external also asks you this question: what is the difference between alter table statement and update statement, right? So you can remember main difference is update is the DML statement and alter is the DDL statement here. So what is the syntax for update statement? Always we use this update statement with the set operator. Why? Because always we need to update something in the database, right? So with the help of set operator, we can change that value, right? So update, after update keyword, there is a table name, right? So update employee set location equal to Mysore, right? So without condition, like your delete statement here also, without condition, my update statement will update all the records in the table. Without where clause, right? Without where clause, update statement will update all the records in the table. Here you can see the example. Now we have not used the where clause, right? So this is my actual table. This is my actual table. There are total 5 records: 1, 0, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, right? And these are the values, right? Now I want to update the employee table, and I want to set the location with the Mysore, right? So if you execute this command, if you observe the location of the statements, right? First, employee is having Bangalore location, second and third with the Pune location, then Mysore and Pune location, right? So now after executing this statement, right, my location of all the employees will be updated here, right? So if you observe here, the output of this statement will be location will change to Mysore for all the records. Why it is all the records? Because we have not use any mention any criteria for the updation, right? So without any criteria, it will update all the records into the table, right? I hope student you are clear with this. If you want to update a specific employee here, for example, you want to update the location of only Payal, right? Payal now currently located in Pune, but in future if she change her location, so only you can change the specific record by mentioning the where clause. So my condition will be here where where ID equal to, if you know the ID of the Payal, because your name can repeat, right? ID is equal to 106. This will be my criteria to change the record of the table, right? So this update employee set location equal to Mysore, where ID equal to 106 will update only Payal, because we are mentioning the criteria here. I hope student you are clear with this syntax. Thank you.